Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Another video that I'm going to say you'll probably never draw this, but you might learn a few tools or two. So we got some black and white strips. It looks kind of difficult, but if you follow a few rules, it's not that bad. I'm going to draw a rectangle and hit P. Then I'm going to get a three-sided polygon, which is a triangle. I'm going to put it upside down. I'm going to hit P. I want it a little bit bigger because I want that basically to touch. So I can grab the shift tool and have it grow from the inside out. Now it doesn't matter if it's overlapping that line a little bit. And now there's a lot of ways to do this. I'm going to go ahead and make this black. And I'm going to go ahead and Control G to group it together. I really had to kind of think about how to do this to make it a little faster to draw. So I'm going to go right there with the 3-point curve line and make a kind of a curve. But then again, I want a 2-point line coming off that curve and holding down the control button. So I've got a little bit of a bump right there, not too bad, but Corel has put those two lines together because I didn't really do anything. I just started on that line. So I'm going to get the smoothing tool, set on pretty little, and I'm just going to kind of take off that bump. Now I'm longer than I should be, so that's fine. But what I'm going to do now is hit the plus key on the keyboard, and I'm just going to go straight up. Well, that's too far. Let's set my nudge factor on like 1 inch. I'm just going to go straight up, even though I want to mimic that curve at the triangle. I can take all these now and group them together and double click on this and use the skew tool to kind of skew them to my line. It doesn't really matter that they're hanging over, and that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is I've got them grouped together, but I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool and I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to fill, I've got it set on white. So I'm going to fill in that one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure I have this all grouped together because I want to move those lines in a second. So I'm going to black, 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 black. And I can actually take away these lines right now, but I can group this because everything else is a group. And then I can Control D, and if I get the two-sided arrow or cross, it puts it exactly where I want it. And it kind of mimics it. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to Object, Group, and Ungroup. And if I hold down the Alt key with my pick tool, I get all those red lines and I'll just hit Delete. I'm going to leave those other lines here for a second. Now, you know, you can almost do anything here. And the reason I had them overlap is because I didn't want the points touching. So I'm going to get a 3-point curve line, and I'm going to make sure I go from the node to the node and then put a little arch on it. Now, this is something I wish I could duplicate up, and you might be able to do it, but you'd have to come down. So I want to make sure I get on the node, put a little arch on it. Node to node, put a little arch on it. I don't think the arches even have to be perfect. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Node. The node is just going to make sure you're on that black and you're going to be even because it's going to be pretty important when we fill that in with black. Now I'm holding down the control button. The control button with the 3-point curve line. See, I'm off a little bit on that one. So I need to make sure I'm on that node. You can always take the shape tool. Well, maybe you can. And you could move that down. You just want to make sure you're kind of even. So node, we're almost through this. Node to node, and then node to node. So that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in with black, black, black. See, I'm a little bit off on that arch, but for the video, it's fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and group this together. And something I kind of learned, and I'm going to not do the box. I'm going to just do the lines. So now I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool, set on white. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a blue box so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to go to Object, Order, back a page. But then I'm going to lock this blue. I'm going to go to Object and lock it. That way I can't grab it. I can't touch it. I can't hurt it. So I'm going to take this one, white, 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 white. But I'm not going to do the other ones yet. And I'm going to get the Interactive Fill tool. And I'm going to put a little bit of black right there toward the end. Make it look like it's actually going kind of in there. That's not bad right there. And hopefully I can get the attribute eyedropper and take a sample of that. And look at that, it kind of mimics that. Now, everything else is a group except for those white ones, I hope. And if I Control G to group them, Control D to duplicate it, and get the two-sided arrow, it's going to get it pretty close. Now, it's a little bit hard because it's white, but if you go right there, it'll snap to it. Now we're going to take the white in the middle, and I did find out that when you do this, we're going to start up top with the longest one with our Interactive Fill tool. And I'm going to swipe across it, and I'm going to put darkness in both ends, basically black. It's going to make it all black. And you could change this up quite a bit and make it look like that. But I don't want that much white or that much black toward the end, so I'm going to put a little more white on the ends, and it's still a little bit too pronounced, so I can move my black out a little bit. That looks pretty good. Now, I started on the top, but if I get the attribute eyedropper and take a sample, it pretty much mimics it. You could still take that one, get the Interactive Fill tool, and you could change it a little bit. Let me zoom in. You know, just because you use the attribute eyedropper doesn't mean you can change them. You can't change them. Now, if we unlock this, go up to Object, Lock, Unlock All, take the blue away, go ahead and take all our lines away by right-clicking, and I'm going to go ahead and Control G to group it. Now, on white, it looks pretty good. On blue, it looks pretty good, but if you made the blue black, then only your white lines are showing because the black is kind of in there. So you could do this and print it on any style shirt and have a pretty good looking image. Anyway, just playing. Hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.